Hey guys, it's Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to talk about all the different foods that I have to keep at my house since I've had my bariatric surgery. But before we get into it, make sure you are subscribed to my channel so you don't miss any of my future uploads. And if you like this kind of content, I would really appreciate a thumbs up on this video. And just to quickly remind you, I did have a vertical sleeve gastrectomy, which is a type of weight loss surgery, on June 17th, 2019. When I'm making this video, it is July of 2020, so I'm just a little bit over a year out. And in that time, I've lost just a little over 100 pounds, so I'm doing really, really well. I love living this bariatric lifestyle. It's really been a good fit for me for the most part. So yeah, now let's get into the meat. No potatoes because we don't eat those around here of this video. All right, so I just went through my fridge and my pantry and just grabbed all of the different foods and stuff that I've constantly had to keep in my house to get me through this journey of bariatric surgery. So there is quite a lot here. Of course, I don't eat every single thing in this basket every single day. My diet is pretty repetitive, but a little variety every now and then is really, really good. So there's really gonna be no rhyme or reason to this video. I'm just gonna kind of pull stuff out, talk a little bit about it, talk about why I like it, why I like to have it at my house, and all of that stuff. But I guess the first thing that I should probably mention is just having water on hand at all times. Yes, I'm a water snob. I cannot drink tap water. I know that makes me just like the biggest snob ever, but I just really don't like the tap water that we have. So when we first moved into our house about 3 years ago, almost 3.5 years ago, we signed up for Hinkley Springs. So we get a big 5-gallon jug delivered to our house every 2 weeks. And since the coronavirus, my husband was working at home, we flew through those things so fast. We only get a delivery every 2 weeks, but we were going through those in a little over a week. So there was, a big, 5-6 day stretch of time every other week that we did not have, good, fresh, filtered water on hand. And even before the whole coronavirus thing, we would still always finish the water before we would get the new one. So we always keep individual water bottles at our house as well. I just picked up, I think, a pack of 40 for less than $3 at Costco the other day. Really, it's not expensive at all. And I personally just like drinking out of these. So even though this is the Kirkland brand water, this has the Hinkley Springs water in it, I will go ahead and I will refill this for a couple of days, and then I will go ahead, get a new Kirkland bottle or whatever kind of bottles we have. Then I'll drink that, then I will really refill that for a couple of days, so we're not just, plowing through these water bottles and, just using so much of these. I do try to reuse them, and of course I do recycle them when I'm done. But after my surgery, or even a little bit before, I knew that I was going to need to be drinking a lot of water and a lot of water only, and I don't have a problem with that. It was just kind of trying to figure out what vessel I like to drink out of. I bought a couple of, kind of fancy water bottles on Amazon, and I don't like those. They are reusable, and that's great, and I do have them and use them from time to time, but for me personally, I just find that I drink so much more water out of one of these. I don't know what it is, I don't know why, I just like drinking out of this kind of water bottle. So there you go, that's how I drink my water. I just really like them out of cheap little plastic bottles. All right, so then moving on to all of this food here in my basket. Again, there's really no rhyme or reason to it. I'm just gonna kind of pull it out as I see it. So the first thing that I have here is this chicken from Real Good brand. This is their cordon bleu frozen meal thing. I kept the actual chicken in the freezer upstairs so it doesn't go bad, but they're little frozen cordon bleu chicken breasts, and they have a few different flavors. They've got a broccoli one, they've got an artichoke one, both of which are really good too. But I really like keeping these on hand. My kids have eaten these a couple of times and they like them as well, but these are really great for if I'm making them like pasta or macaroni or any kind of thing that I won't eat. I can just easily pop this either in the oven or in the air fryer, and I can have a nice low carb or high protein meal for myself. It does take a little bit of time to make either in the oven or in the air fryer, about 25 minutes or so, so keep that in mind if you do purchase these. They're not like an instant thing, though it does say you can microwave them. I don't think I noticed that. I've never done it. I don't think that these would taste very good in the microwave. I like putting them in the oven or the air fryer to get them a little bit crispy. So just because you can doesn't mean you should, right? But there's 4 total grams of carbs per serving, and there's 2 different breasts, and each breast is a serving. I can't eat the entire thing. They are gluten-free, which is really important to us, completely grain-free, which is awesome for me, and you get 29 grams of protein in one little, chicken breast in here. And I think they taste really, really good. Now, they're not coated with all the breadcrumbs and all the yumminess that like a regular chicken cordon bleu would be coated with. but it's still really good. I do really like these, and I find these at Target in the gluten-free section. And I will list everything that I talk about down in the description box below, so you can easily like copy and paste it for your shopping list, anything like that. But here's the next thing. This is more of a recent find, and I am obsessed with these. They are so freaking good. These are the Jimmy Dean's Delights Egg Witch, the breadless breakfast. And this is the broccoli and cheese egg frittata. And it says it has chicken sausage and cheese. And I typically eat these for lunch. Oh my gosh. They're so good. I just kind of randomly found them not too long ago. Decided just to pick it up to try it. And I love them. Are they the healthiest option? Probably not, but they're not too bad. There's 280 calories for one sandwich, only 8 grams of carbs, which is pretty good, and then you get 14 grams of protein in one of these. And like I said, they just taste so good. You just have to zap them in the microwave. I usually put them in, I think, for 1 minute and 45 seconds. So a really super quick, easy lunch. I just love having these on hand. All right, next thing is something you guys have definitely heard me talk about, and just full disclosure, I have worked with them on my Instagram before, but Quest is not sponsoring this video. I genuinely like these, and I started eating them and talking about them well before I started working with them on my Instagram, so just full disclosure there. And this particular flavor is my favorite. This is the double chocolate chunk. I love them so much. They're so good. These are my afternoon snack every single day. Speaking of which, I think it's just about time for me to go ahead and break into one of these. But I love these. I do purchase these in the big boxes on Amazon, so I will have that link down below. But yeah, it's just so convenient, so easy. You know, you can take them on the go. They are certified gluten-free, which is amazing because my daughter has celiac disease. So I do try to be really careful with everything that I eat. I will say these things are not gluten-free. I think there is a little bit of hidden gluten in them, so I am really careful when I eat those around her. But I always appreciate when companies go above and beyond and get stuff that is certified gluten-free, like Quest. These just taste like a chocolate bar, kind of like a brownie. You know, it kind of fools me into thinking that I'm having like something unhealthy, like a little treat, but they're really not too bad. There's 180 calories for one bar. Carbs is kind of high. It's 24 grams of carbs, and then you do get 20 grams of protein as well. All right, and the next up is this big bag of carrots. This one broke, which is why it's in this extra Ziploc bag. But at Costco, you can get like 2 of these, and they're like connected to each other. So I just ripped them apart for like $5 or something. So really, really good deal over at Costco on the carrots. This one is about halfway done already. I love baby carrots. This is like the primary vegetable that I eat like almost every single day. Usually with my lunch, I will have a handful of these as well. Maybe even after dinner, sometimes I do too. They're just really good. And this particular one, this is from the brand Cal Organic Farms. I think they taste really, really good, because sometimes you buy a bag of baby carrots and they taste almost like sour, but they look fine, but they just have this like a little bit of an off taste. These ones, I bought quite a few of these in the last like few months, and they've always all tasted really good. So no issues with those. I just love having those. They're such like an easy thing to just grab and go to. You know, you just pop them in like a little sack and go, or just, you know, grab a handful and then just eat them while you're sitting at the couch or something. All right, then the next food that I always have to make sure that I have on hand is my Premier protein shakes. I do like these. I know a lot of people don't really care for these kind of protein shakes. I have no issue with them. When I was in high school, I drank a lot of Slim Fast, and these remind me a lot of Slim Fast, so I don't have any issue with them. Chocolate is my favorite. Right after surgery, I was kind of playing around with some of the different flavors, but I just came to realize that chocolate just hands down is my favorite, so that's the only one that I purchase anymore. And I will purchase these either on Amazon, which you can get a 12-pack of, or at Costco, which you can get an 18-pack of. Now just keep in mind the ones that are on Amazon come in plastic bottles as opposed to these like cardboard ones. It's the same amount of drink in either bottle, so I don't really know why they have it 2 different ways, but maybe it's just easier to ship the plastic ones versus these ones. I don't know, but I think I prefer the taste of the ones in the cardboard versus the plastic a little bit better, because they do taste slightly different, so just kind of keep that in mind as well. If I have to order them on Amazon, it's not a big deal, I will, but if I had a choice, I would get the ones from Costco or Sam's Club or Target or Walmart. You can buy these pretty much anywhere, but I do like the ones in the cardboard a little bit better. Another thing that I really like to keep on hand is lunch meat. This is the lunch meat that I like. I just grabbed the top of it to show you what it looked like. This is the Good and Gather ultra thin uncured honey ham. It says it's 96% fat free. I don't have the nutritional information. I left that up in the fridge, but I've been eating this for a really long time now. And what I typically do is I will take 6 slices of the ham, and then I will use these Sargento ultra thin Colby Jack cheese slices, and I will make 3 like ham and cheese roll-ups, and I will eat those for lunch sometimes, and I've also eaten them for dinner a lot of times too, again if I'm making my kids something different that I won't eat. So this is just really handy to keep on hand, just so I always have something that I can eat if my family is eating something different, or just for a quick easy lunch. And then here is another new find. This is from Outer Aisle. This is their Plant Power Pizza Crust and Wrap. And you get 2 of these little wraps. I find these at Meijer. So yes, I do go to a ton of different grocery stores. A lot for my daughter as well, because being gluten-free, you know, certain gluten-free things are at certain stores and not at others. So we're grocery shopping a lot at a lot of different stores. But I've only ever personally found these at Meijer. And these are awesome. Like I said, there's 2 of them in here, and it's, you know, about the size of just like a regular tortilla. It's a little bit thicker, but it's like a cauliflower and cheese kind of crust, but they are kind of flimsy, so they're not like super hard and crunchy. But you can make a pizza out of them, and I've done that a couple of times now, and I really like it. The flavor, these ones are the Italian flavor. That's the only one that I've personally tried. I'm not sure what other kind of flavors they have, but that one is super good. And you just put a little bit of sauce, a little bit of cheese, and I put like 4 pieces of pepperoni on there. Cook that up in the oven, and it does not get super crispy, but it still tastes really good. I think next time I make these, I am gonna just try and cook just the crust first, and then I'll go ahead after the crust is cooked for a few minutes and then put the toppings on, and then pop those back in to melt it a little bit and see if that gets it a little bit crispier. But that, again, it's not a super quick meal, but it's pretty easy. And last night I did it because my family was having pizza, and I kind of, you know, felt like pizza as well. Pizza, I guess. So I cooked myself up one of these, and I can eat, again, I can eat the whole thing. It's really not too filling. For one of these wraps, it's 120 calories, 4 grams of carbs, and then 10 grams of protein. The next 2 things that I always like to make sure that I have in my house are eggs and shredded cheese. I don't have those down there. I figure you guys probably know what those look like, but I did want to show you my little mini waffle maker. This thing is amazing. I will have this link down below too. My husband got this for me for Christmas, and it has been used so much, not just by me, but by everybody in our house. We love it. All you do is you take 1 egg, half a cup of shredded mozzarella cheese, mix it all up, and then you put that mixture into the waffle maker. It will make 2 of them, and you have yourself a nice little chaffle, as they're called. It's amazing. It sounds super strange, but it's delicious, I promise you. And this little waffle maker, that's what it looks like on the inside. They're a little bit smaller than like a typical Eggo waffle, pretty comparable in size, but that thing has just been used so much, and it's kind of got some grease on there, so let me go ahead and wipe my hands off. But we love that machine. It's gotten a ton of use. It's really inexpensive. And again, I eat that for either lunch or sometimes dinner if my family's having something different, but I love having eggs on hand because it's a great punch of protein. And then when you mix that with the cheese, you get even more protein. So they're just great. I love doing the chaffles, and there are a ton of different ways that you can make them as well, not just the way that I make them, but I typically just stick to that way, just with the 1 egg and the half a cup of cheese. It's super basic, but you can, you know, flavor it, add different things and all of that if you'd like to. All right, just a few more things. The next thing I want to talk about are these, and I have these every single night at 9 o'clock like clockwork. These are just refried beans. These are the Taco Bell brand though. You have to get the Taco Bell brand. I don't like any other brand. This is the best. And these I can only find at Meijer. No, I cannot only find at Meijer. I have seen them at Jewel as well. If you're in Chicago, you know what Jewel is. But they're so good. These taste exactly like the ones that you can get at the restaurant. I have half a cup with a little bit of taco sauce and a little bit of shredded cheese on top. Mix that all together, throw it in the microwave, warm it up, and it's just so good. I love this so much. And then as far as nutritional information, for half a cup, it's 130 calories, 21 grams of carbs. So for a long time, before I started eating my Quest bars, this was like the only carbs that I was eating at all. And then there is 7 grams of protein in a half a cup as well. All right, and then I have to share with you guys some jerky. We love jerky here at our house, and we just discovered these 2 brands thanks to Good Mythical Morning. I'm sure a lot of you guys have watched Good Mythical Morning. It's really fun. But recently they did like a taste test, like ranking thing for their favorite beef jerkies, and these were the top 2. And my husband and I had never tried these brands before. We found them and we're obsessed. They are So good. So the first one here, this one is my husband's particular favorite. This is the Chef's Cut beef jerky, and then this is the Country Archer beef jerky. This one is a little bit more dry, and this one's a little bit more moist, I guess, but they're both really, really soft. Like, they're not tough beef jerkies at all. It's a very different texture than the typical stuff that you used to get like at the gas station or whatever, you know. It's just so different, but really, really good. And I like both of them. So we've got Chef's Cut and Country Archer. I think Rhett and Link from Good Mythical Morning liked the Country Archer one the best, and then this one was their second choice, but they're both excellent. We like them both. And then as far as when I eat beef jerky, I just maybe sometimes if I'm feeling like my blood sugar is a little low, or if I really just need to eat something, I will go ahead and have a little piece. I try to not do it every single day. And I don't do that much of it when I do eat a little bit, but it's kind of more just like an extra bonus snack for me. I've talked about how in the past I've kind of struggled in the afternoon with, you know, having one snack. So sometimes I have, you know, just recently gone on and had just a little bit of this as well. And then the very last thing that I wanted to point out today is actually the very first thing that I eat in the morning, my breakfast, and that are my Parm Crisps. I've talked about these quite a bit, both on my Instagram and here on my YouTube channel. I love these. I love these so much. There's also a brand called Wisps, which are very similar to this. I don't like those nearly as much as these though. And you can find these at Target. I think I've also found them at Jewel. And there's also a pizza flavor, which is really, really good. Target does not carry the pizza flavor though, but this is the sour cream and onion. They also just have regular Parmesan and they have cheddar. I think they have a jalapeno as well, which I would never try. I don't like spicy things. But I love these. These are just like little crunchy like rounds of cheese. It's just cheese, just baked cheese. So it's like hard and crunchy like a cracker. It's awesome. I have ripped off part of the nutritional facts here, but for one serving, you get 1 gram of carbs and 9 grams of protein. So pretty good. That's how I've been starting my morning for, gosh, almost a year now. Not quite, but pretty darn close to a year. But that's pretty much everything that I have to make sure that I have in my house for myself. Of course, we have other things for my family that don't eat as low carb and as bariatric friendly as I do, but these are all the things that I like to pick up at the grocery store for myself. And of course, I am curious as to what are some of your staples. If you've had bariatric surgery, go ahead and talk to me about those down in the comments below. I'd love to hear it, but I think that's everything for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching today. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel, like I said at the beginning, to make sure you don't miss any of my future uploads. We can also connect on Instagram. I will also have my Instagram handle linked down in the description, and then I guess I'll just see you in the next one. Bye!